And at that same time, there was this maker movement that was bubbling up. And 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 I was miserable. I was like, "I don't know what I'm gonna do now. I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do something, I didn't know what." And I adopted this attitude of curiosity. "Alright, I'm gonna go on vacation. I'm gonna just take myself out of, what I'm familiar with and go somewhere else." And I've been, I went on vacation in the past, of course, but this time I was, like, more interested in what people were making, the crafts, the makers. And so first I went to the island of Crete, this mythical island, the Minoans, and all that stuff. And I don't speak Greek. I don't read Cyrillic, you know. And I was driving around and playing chicken on the main highway that goes across Crete with the other drivers there. And I was being exposed to, the craft of working with leather, for example. And when I got home, I felt, "Oh, I wanna go out again. This time I'm gonna go to Sicily." And that's where I have family in Sicily. And Sicily is also a very special place, enshrouded in myth, really a kind of place that as one gets immersed in Sicilian culture, at least for me, it really does, invigorate the imagination. And so there I was discovering the ceramicists. They also make sea salt there and other things. And so when I got home, I was like, well, I'm from Brooklyn. They make cool stuff in Crete and they make cool stuff in Sicily. What do we make in Brooklyn? Right. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna find out. And so I get up in the morning, I'll go on Google Earth, do searches, Google searches of things that were made in Brooklyn, and they were roasting coffee, and they were making whiskey, and they were making chocolate, and they were doing all these things, making furniture, and they were making works of glass and ceramics and so on. And I would get on my bicycle, and I had a clipboard. A clipboard, let's see, yeah, clipboard like this, and I had a map on the clipboard. And I was wearing olive drab, and I'm this bald guy wearing, like army fatigues, and and I'm riding my bike, and I have on my clipboard, I have the map of all I want to visit. So ride all over Brooklyn, you know, Bushwick, Canarsie, Red Hook, Dumbo, Gowanus, Williamsburg, Greenpoint, and I would discover these places, and I would look around because, I really don't know what I was doing, and there would be a new place that's making chocolate, or a coffee roaster that's been around for ages, and there I was walking around, this bald guy in the summer sweating and holding onto my clipboard and looking very serious. I look very serious when I'm looking at the clipboard. You would think I'm an inspector. I'm checking him out. Tell me what about. "Oh, kind sir, how can I help you?" They'll say, "Oh, I'm just interested in what you're doing here." I gotta say, one of the things about Brooklyn is very welcoming. Yeah, we have this rough, hard side, but we could also be very generous. People were happy to show me around, show me what they were doing, and I was fascinated with it. And it was all for me. It was not for anybody else, it was for me. I would get up, go on my bike ride all over Brooklyn, discover all these places, and I was doing it for me. Like, you know what? I gotta do something with my life. Maybe this is something I could look into. And so the idea started to percolate in my mind that, hey, maybe I could start a tourism business. I like I like meeting people from around the world. I mean, here in this neighborhood, there are people from China, from Russia, from Egypt, from all parts of the world, from Albania, from Montenegro, from Italy, from Greece. And I was like, I like that. And I like to travel. I've been to 23 countries at this point. I was like, tourism, yeah. And I love that things are made in Brooklyn, that there are these creative, entrepreneurial, ingenious people here in Brooklyn.